What's going on, blurs, nerds, and everybody in between? It's your boy Wyatt, the sensei of the syndicate, and we are here with another episode of With the BS. Today, we're talking about Batman, our predictions on what this new Batman movie is going to look like, how it's going to feel, and we're also going to talk everything Batman here today. So, of course, I got my dynamic duo partner here with me. His name is Marcus, but you may know him. You can't hear me? Can't hear me at all.
Okay, something went wrong. I can't hear you.
Or you can hear me now? No. Can you hear me now?
Let's see what I got to do.
Bear with us. We're working out this live stuff for the first time.
Can you
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying I can't. I can't hear you. Hold on, let me. I guess we can.
Marcus, can you hear me? I swear we were
Let me
just
jump
talking.
out and jump back in.
Okay. Okay, cool. We're gonna do that. We was just talking a second ago. I promise y'all. We're doing this live, so that way we can be able to interact with everybody, have a good time, and just kind of hear what you guys' favorite Batman movie is, how you guys think the new Batman movie is gonna come, and then also we're gonna see who's your favorite Batman villain. So let me try to bring my boy.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get your introduction going. So
Yes, sir.
the third, well, 1/3 of the Things People Don't Say podcast, the bearded
sir.
one himself, Marcus. How you doing today, bud?
I am doing great, man. A little tired, but as it's to expect with everything going on. But I'm great, man. Happy to be here.
Good. So they have a. We're talking about the Batman movie, and I know that's coming out here soon. So actually there's some of them that have had screeners and things like that, and some reviews have given it 10. Some people have given it 6s, some people have given it 9s. What do you feel is going to happen with this movie?
I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you what I hope is gonna happen, but and I'll give you what I think is probably what was more than likely gonna happen. Yeah. I hope with everything that's going on with it, with the people that got playing the character. So Robert Pattinson, despite the Twilight stuff, the guy is a great actor. He's a great actor. Zoe Kravitz, and the fact they picked, I know a lot of people may not know, or a lot of people haven't seen, or may not seen a whole bunch of movies with him in, but Paul Dano, the guy that's playing the Riddler, is an amazing actor. So I just from them alone, knowing all of them can actually act, they can act their way out of a bag, as they say. I think I'm hoping that it's going to be awesome. I'm hoping it's going to be a 10. Realistically, I'm thinking. I try to temper my expectations, but I'm realistically maybe like an 8, maybe a 9. But I'm hoping for like an out of the park 10. And like I forgot about is it Colin Farrell? It's the
Penguin.
The Penguin. Like he does not look anything like himself.
Nothing
at all. And every time I see him on screen, I'm sitting there looking like, how? They makeup magic.
Prosthetics, man. He was in the chair. So the one thing that kind of makes me like happy about it, or looking at it from this point, because Matt Reeves has done a lot of good movies in the past. So like he's done like the Planet of the Apes movies. So I really love those. And plus, I think he's doing. I think he's also said in other interviews that he's doing something that's more of like a detective series.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think one thing that's going to really be instrumental in that is the fact that Batman is just not Batman's just not a beat 'em up person. So he needs to be able to solve crimes rather than and then not rely on his gadgets. So that's one of the things that I think is going to be really, really instrumental in this one. So
I do as well. I'm just agreeing with him. I really do, and I hope, like I said, they actually follow that suit of making him more a detective. I mean, you would think with them starting out with the Riddler, he's gonna be, he's gonna have to use his detective skills like in this movie or what have you.
That's good. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you this: who do you feel is gonna probably be the standout star in this one? Because like I was actually intrigued because of the fact that with what Mr. Patterson, excuse me.
Yeah.
He did have some fight scenes because he gave that one person in the trailer. It was like a flawless victory.
Oh.
It was a flawless victory. He
was
like, "Who are you?" And he just went. He beat him up in front of his boys. Those aren't his friends, though. They can't be his friends.
It's like all them years of build up and that aggression he took out on that one person to make an example out of them. Like if they jumped in to fight him after that, I'm sorry. Like
he like, you know how they always say, like, if you ever go to jail, you want to fight the biggest person and do things. That's exactly what I felt like he did in that one. He was just like, you're the first one to speak up. Go ahead and get these hands. So it was crazy though. And then it looks like because one of the other things that Matt Reeves said was like there's a car scene. And they actually have it going through like a fire pit and like when he's chasing, I guess, the penguin. So so hopefully that'll be something where you can be able to see that. And hopefully I'm looking for something that's not just CGI. Like I enjoyed the fact that Ben Affleck beat the mess out of some people, but I also wanted to see something where you get more of a knowledgeable side of them.
Yes, I wanted, like I said, not so much CGI, some practical effects, things like that. Like, give me the explosion, give me all that, but make sure it's actually authentic. Like I said, no, not a whole lot of CGI, but I mean, from what I've seen, just the trailers that we've seen and stuff like that. Like, I don't think there's a whole lot of CGI in this movie. No. But
yeah. So I want to ask you, what's your favorite Batman movie?
My favorite Batman movie, all right, so it's probably between the Dark Knight and Batman Returns, and that's like I said, growing up, I remember Batman Returns, and the Dark Knight Returns. Just the portrayal of the Joker in that movie was awesome. You're talking to me now. Now, if you asked me this when I was like 15, 16, it'd probably be Batman and Robin. When I was young, like even though those like you look back on them now, those movies were trash. But at the point in time, the gadgets, the cars, and stuff like that, I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I didn't, I'm saying no better, but it was cool then, like me. So,
I get you, man. I got to still go back to the original, the 1989 one that they had with Michael Keaton. Cause I like, man, it was so, he killed people in that one.
Like, did he throw a guy off the building or something like that? He did something.
Bro, he set up a whole situation where he went to like Acme, like the chemical plant, and blew it up with people still in there. Like he wasn't even in the car. He remote controlled. He Xboxed it. He was just like, okay. And then after that was it. And then the other part that always used to stick out to me was up in the bell tower, Batman got beat to sleep by the black dude. Where
I remember that.
Man, the only thing that saved him was because he had like he was like under there, and then he flipped his legs up and hit the guy, concussed him, and then threw him down a bell tower. So he definitely didn't survive that one either. So it was crazy. That's one. Yes. But then, like, if you listen and watch Batman Returns now, it doesn't age well. Like, there's definitely sexual harassment. There's definitely, oh, well, I'm going to kill you just because I can. You know what I mean? So it was really, it's not good, but it was definitely entertaining in a certain sense.
Yes. But like I said, you back in the day, it was a little bit more. It was. I'm not gonna say it was a little bit more leeway of doing things. So it was like, it was because I remember when he killed, he tried to kill Catwoman basically, basically he just talks
which time?
The first time. The first time. When he was when Christopher Walken threw off the building.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, because Batman killed her one time. Well, she stabbed him, and then, but see, and that was the other thing. Like, they definitely didn't have a good relationship. Like, he got stabbed a couple times. It was not pleasant at all. So, the one other thing that I wanted to also find out from you, who is, excluding Joker, who's your favorite Batman villain?
So for me, it's actually, since we're excluding Joker, it's probably actually going to be between, it's between Bane and the Riddler. For the simple fact, and like how everybody just like the Bane from like what was Batman and Robin, like he was just all muscle, no brains. That's not Bane. Like you got the portrayal of Bane from what Tom Hardy did was a little bit more along the lines of Bane, like without the venom. And Bane is just as strong as he is. Bane is also smart. A lot of people don't realize that, know that. And like the Riddler, like outside of the Joker, the Riddler really messes with Batman's mind. Like just the stuff that he does, his real, things that he can do to mess with him. I forgot the storyline that happened where the Riddler changed he changed his name to something else and still gave Batman the business. Was messing mentally wise, but it'd be those two. So for me,
yeah. So I always think Batman is a simp when it comes to women, because he always used to get in trouble with like with Poison Ivy, with Catwoman, like anybody, Harley Quinn, you know what I mean? And so I always like I like Two-Face. I take that back, because Two-Face, like, he's too predictable, you know what I mean? I posed a good question. I'm trying to think myself. Because like Scarecrow has some good moments too, where he's pretty good with doing that. The other thing that I really, really like you said, Bane is a really good one, because he's not as dumb as everybody like thinks, or he's portrayed to. Either that or just like it's just gonna be something like off the wall, like Man-Bat. You know what I mean? Something or Killer Croc. That's who it is, because Killer Croc
is a good one. It's like one other obscure one. Like if you want to throw in like Quarter Owls they don't show up every so often. Even you can throw in Mr. Freeze. Like he gives Batman some trouble from time to time. You throw Mr. Freeze in there, but I would say
I'm gonna change my answer, because I definitely forgot about Mr. Freeze for just that second. Mr. Freeze would probably be the one, and I got a Batman poster right here with him on there. But Mr. Freeze would probably be the guy, because like all he wants to do is just cure his wife, man. That's it. He don't want no trouble. He's like, if y'all could just give me these jewels, I'll just go ahead and cure my wife, and that's gonna be it. And I'll even share the cure with some other people. But he's like, nope, no thing. But yeah, man, it's just crazy about that. Now I'm gonna switch subjects with us, because I don't know if you just saw, but on AEW, Tony Khan just announced that he has bought, Ring of Honor. How do you feel about that, bud?
I think it's good. I think it's good. And I saw something. I meant to put it in the group earlier. I actually saw something where I think they may be entering in a partnership with HBO Max.
Ooh.
Now it's speculation there's rumors or whatever as of right now, but I think they may be entering in a partnership with HBO Max to be similar how like
Peacock
WWE and Peacock is. So that would be awesome, because don't get me wrong, as much as I would I want to watch Revolution Sunday, but you don't want to paying $60 per pay-per-view. That's kind of the old way of doing things. And I understand they're trying to make make a living and all that, but they need it's the wrestlers like they have a lot of wrestlers. They have a big roster now, so they need like a good place and a good streaming place to put their content out there. So for them being like to have your pay-per-view on HBO Max, you can also incorporate, maybe bring in some of the older stuff. Like I said, he just bought Ring of Honor. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe not buy Impact, but pull Impact in there with you. So
yeah. So yeah, it's something where I think would be dope to really see, because like I think especially with them getting all the other old talent and things like that are with AEW now, you know what I mean? If you could get some of old CM Punk matches, old Daniel Bryan Danielson matches, yeah, I always want to call him Daniel Bryan, but Bryan Danielson matches, those kinds of things where you can be able to highlight some of those things, especially because they're going to pay for it. But so it's going to be really, really cool to see that though. We actually have somebody saying that they've seen the Batman.
Oh, okay.
So what would you rate it?
Give us a spoiler-free rating. We
got to get spoil-free, because if not, I'm gonna have to go drag somebody to go see it tomorrow. My girl. So,
man, I want to go see it. My Marcus my son said he wanted to go see it, and as much as I want to take him, I wouldn't mind him watching my older son. I wouldn't mind him watching it, but I don't think he's gonna sit through a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, but and so that's what he said. And that's kind of funny that you say that. He gave it a 9 out of 10 because of the length. Sometimes I think it's good to have those long movies sometimes, but then also that's where you kind of have to take your medicine. Like I'm ADHD, so like I got to take my medicine to focus on that shit. You can't just be like, oh, okay. So
see, that's what I'm. That's another thing I was worried about with them making it so long. Like, so it's one of two things. I'm worried they're putting in filler just to fill the time up, or on the good side that movie is really that good. So basically, I'm assuming maybe through the first 2 hours of the movie, you're getting story, information, whatever, story, plot, all that stuff. And then that last hour is when they just turn up and you get like action and all the stuff that's going on.
Yeah. So he was saying that like he didn't see anything that being cut out because it's because it's just that deep. Yeah. And that's what I like. I like a rich storyline. So when that happens, you got to be able to just go ahead, pay attention to it, man, and just enjoy it. Because I think I'm gonna be honest. I thought Endgame was not like, it shouldn't have been a 3-hour movie. You know what I mean? You could have definitely shortened some stuff up to make it something. But hearing from him saying that, hey, this is something that that could be a 3-hour movie and almost a 3-hour movie, and it's still worth it. That's something that I like to hear though.
That's what's up. And like I said, I can't wait to go see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go see it this weekend. I doubt I'll be able to go see it this weekend, but I am gonna have to go see this movie. Like I've been excited for this movie for a long time. Like I said, since they announced not since they announced it, but since I found out, like I really like Paul Dano, and I know how good of an actor he is. I remember, like, if you remember, what movie was that? It was a movie with Hugh Jackman. Terrence Howard was in it. It was something where they kidnapped their daughters, and I can't think of the name of the movie, but they kidnapped. It was Paul Dano and his grandmother. They kidnapped Hugh Jackman's daughter and Terrence Howard's daughter, and they were holding them hostage. And Jake Gyllenhaal was in it. He was like the detective. See, Paul Dano steals the show. That's who you. I think you was going to ask me earlier who I think was going to take it. I was going to say Paul Dano. I like I said, Robert Pattinson. I'm sure he's going to be great. Zoe Kravitz, I'm sure she's going to kill it. but Paul Dano is who I think is going to be the star of this movie.
Huh. He looks familiar. Now I'm looking at him and I'm trying to think of what. That's what I saw him in. So I like to see like those obscure ones where he was in Cowboys versus Aliens with and he was in that one. I remember that. And so and then there's other ones. So
the like movie I'm referring to, let me see if I can find it. It is. I forgot he was in Looper. I was watching Looper like a few weeks ago.
He's a 12 Years a Slave. Yeah. So and he's kind of like a jigsaw. So that's crazy. I'm really excited because I really want There Will Be Blood was a good one, he says, as well. So I think that would be really, really dope.
Prisoners. That's it. It's the movie I'm referring to. It's called Prisoners.
Cool.
It's if you haven't seen it, you should. It's really good. It's really good. Like I said, it has Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Paul Dano, Viola Davis. Like it's got a nice cast and it's a really good movie.
Awesome. So so I think it's going to be a really good movie. If it's based in realism, is there what kind of villain would you like to see on like maybe the next Batman movie, the Batman movie?
If it's based in realism, I'm gonna hold off on the Joker. You can actually, I'm trying to think. I don't want to say Bane. I'm not gonna say Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can bring in find a way to kind of bring in Ra's al Ghul, or Mr. Freeze could be nice if they can find a way to put it to kind of get it. I guess kind of get his story and get his put all that together. But Mr. Freeze is a good one. Maybe Ra's al Ghul. Or the Scarecrow. You can the Scarecrow will be really good. What's that doctor name?
Doctor Strange.
That's his name?
No, Hugo. Dr. Hugo. Yeah, yes. Dr. Hugo.
If you can do something with him and the Scarecrow, maybe working together or something like that, that'll be a nice look. And not horror, but it'll be in that realm with those two working together, the Scarecrow and all that. That can work.
Hugo.
That can work. Hugo,
What about this? Take this journey with me.
Okay.
The Mad Hatter.
Oh, I like that. Mad Hatter. I like that. I forgot about the Mad Hatter. I like that. That could work. Him and because they like to do kind of two villains, but I would say you could say it's two villains in this one, but I don't look at Catwoman as a villain anymore. She's more like a.
Well, they still had two villains. They had Riddler and the Penguin.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I don't look at her as I think she's more like a just an anti-hero or she didn't have a protagonist kind of.
Yep.
Like she's not really good, not really bad.
Yeah, I think what was it? So this is what they said, that the first two acts were really well done with great plot, and then the third act is a lot of action. I think that's a good mix. You know what I mean?
And see, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Like the first 2 hours, they're gonna be building story, putting in the plot, getting everything instilled. And that third, like I said, that third hour, that's when they go turn it up, and it's gonna be go get all the action. It'll be about that black. They're gonna bring that Black Air Force energy.
Yeah. So I heard this in the review. So I read a Twitter review where it was saying that essentially it brought that like noir feel of like the Batman the animated series with like that Gotham City from Burton's and Nolan's. So I was really excited to see that one. just because I think a part of it is like Gotham is a part or is a character within itself, and like you can't have Batman being the same kind of Batman that he is without seeing how grimy and like messed up Gotham is. One thing that I think that doesn't get a lot of praise, even though it was really really good, was the television show Gotham, especially whoever they had playing the Joker in Gotham.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I can think his name. Cage. Is it Cage? The guy that he was in.
He was amazing. Yeah, he did the Star Wars game. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
So he was really really dope when he was doing that, because he, like, the amount of characters that he played in that one, because he played like, you know, a couple different people in that one. So definitely he was the. All right. So,
okay.
So that one I'm looking forward to it. Like, I think, and hopefully, because I think another unsung hero or another other unsung person when it comes to acting is Jeffrey Wright, because Jeffrey Wright has played absolutely any and every character.
I sung his praises. I think we was talking about him in the chat one day. I sung his praise. Like, Jeffrey Wright is one of my favorite actors, man. I remember one of my mother's favorite movies was the Shaft with Samuel L. Jackson, and he played Peoples Hernandez. And you looking at this man, like, you see that him, and you go look at some of those stuff, like, that's the same person. Like, yes.
If you look at that, if you look at how he played, he was in Hunger Games. He played somebody, and then that he was in that HBO show. He was in a couple HBO shows.
I think Westworld.
Westworld, where he was, you know, Jeffrey Wright is that dude.
He was amazing. You know, he was just in Marvel's What If.
Yeah, he was a watcher.
Yeah. Yes.
So, you can't really go wrong with him.
Nah. I'm excited for this movie, man. Like, I really think it's gonna be good. It's really gonna be good.
Okay, and this is always important. There's no end credits. It's actually the end.
Okay.
So
that's good. I don't have to, after a 3-hour movie, you got to sit there for 15 more minutes to watch the credits. That's good.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be dope, man. I can't wait to see that one. I'm excited about Moon Knight showing up at the end of the month.
Did you see that? So it left Netflix. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, on the first.
All the Netflix shows are actually coming to Disney Plus on March the 16th, I think. So they're gonna be on Disney Plus, and that's kind of giving, you know, it's gonna be some mature content on Disney Plus. So that kind of puts me in the mind that maybe think, or makes me think that maybe we have some hope for Deadpool. Deadpool maybe to get an R rating.
Well, I think they will do it, but I think they won't do it under the same banner. So, like, they've done stuff like Jeremy from the Haven Comic Show. He's on some of our other podcasts. He put me on Hit Monkey. Hit Monkey was definitely a TVMA, no doubt about it. Blood, guts, gore, everything. Had to be on something other than Disney Plus. Now, I know that they said also with Disney Plus they're doing they're doing stricter, like, parental, you know, like parental guidance and things like that. So that will be something. So and then we just got this. So he said that essentially it's a mixture of Seven meets the Zodiac meets Taxi Driver.
Okay. Yeah, and I think I heard somebody else say something similar to that.
So yeah, we got something to look forward to. Got something to talk about.
Yes, I think this is gonna kick it off. This is kicking it off basically, because you go from this. I think we have Morbius next month. You know, we got, like I said, as far as movie wise, you know, we got Moon Knight at the end of this month. but Morbius next month. Then after Morbius comes Doctor Strange in May. Then I think is it June or June? They think maybe it's July where we get you can say Jurassic World 3 is gonna be coming. I know it's not a Marvel or DC, but it's still that's still gonna be a big movie. I know Thor: Love and Thunder comes out this year. What else comes out? Those are the only ones I can think of right offhand. And I know the Guardians. The Guardians are gonna be in Love and Thunder. I wonder when we're gonna get a trailer for that.
They're probably going to be waiting. They'll probably have to wait until after Love and Thunder comes out because there'll probably be stuff that has.
No, I'm saying I'm talking.
Oh, you're talking about Love and Thunder.
Yeah, we're going to get a trailer for that. That's what I want to see. A trailer for that. What else? I want to get a full Black Adam trailer. Since I know, is that coming out this year?
I think it's next year.
Is it this year? Because I know is Aquaman 2 is coming out this year, right?
Oh yeah, so I know Black Thunder is now coming out July 29th. And then Aquaman comes out December the 16th.
Okay.
So we got a lot of them. So
hopefully they'll all be good to great. I'm gonna go ahead and I want all of them to be. I want all of them, despite whether they be DC or Marvel. I want all of them to succeed in some form or fashion. I think it's good I think it's good all the way around. It's like those good for the gamers, good for the geeks, however, whatever it's called. Like,
man, didn't you say last episode that you said that The Rock was a national treasure?
Yes, I did. I still believe that. I believe The Rock is a national treasure, man. Like it's The Rock. Like
he's great, man. He's great. I just don't think he can. I don't think his shoulders are wide enough to carry the DC load. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, he got Jason. Because Aquaman is actually the Aquaman movie. The first one was pretty good. It wasn't. It wasn't trite. Well, I ain't saying that. It was actually pretty good. I want to say it was pretty good. So hopefully they can build off that, because Atlantis alone, like that whole realm and whole stuff that comes with it, with him being Aquaman, like they can play off that so much. So hopefully Aquaman 2 will also be a good movie. That's what I say. So
So here's what I hope happens, just to kind of to wrap up kind of what's going on with Batman before we start talking about another thing that's on the docket. I hope that DC learns that they don't have to have like this DC universe for them to have successful movies. I think that time has gone and passed for them, that, you know what I mean, they can have certain things in there, but they also can be able, because Batman by himself right now, if he does well and they do well in these movies, they don't need to bring a Superman, they don't need to bring, a Wonder Woman or anybody else. Like, have it being a self-encompassing universe where he's just dealing with people in his own, in Gotham for the most part.
I say yes and no, because also we are getting I forgot about it. We're getting Flashpoint this year.
Yes, that's right.
Flashpoint is going to be coming out this year, and we're going to see versions of Batman. So it won't be. I don't think from what they're saying, I don't think Robert Pattinson is going to be in it. But you're going to get Michael Keaton Batman, and I think you're getting
Who's your Batman? Who is your Batman?
Who is my favorite Batman?
Yes.
I think we talked about this on the show last. It was Christian
Bale.
Christian Bale.
Okay.
His portrayal of Batman was went 3 movies, and he was solid throughout all 3 movies. I'm gonna go with him. Michael Keaton's up there.
But I don't think so. I don't think he was the focal point in any of his movies, though. Maybe the first one, but the other ones he wasn't really the focus on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because Heath Ledger stole the show in The Dark Knight. Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like,
and like the portrayal of Roz is what started Liam Neeson to being like that old dude who could still that old man strength. That's what it started at. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then when it came to the third one, Tom Hardy blew up off of that one. You know what I mean? So he was really like the supporting role in all of those movies.
I still remember that. Like you're right, because that like nothing he said, nothing Batman did, and especially in the last one, the thing that comes to mind is that I was born in the dark. You merely adopted it. Like that whole little spiel right there is just it's iconic. But I still go with Christian Bale.
He just got beat up on.
He did. And I could go with Ben Affleck, but he didn't have it wasn't enough. That's the only thing that keeps Ben Affleck for me from being my favorite Batman. You know, like, there wasn't enough to go off of. And like I said, we got him in those movies, but it wasn't like if he'd have put out a solo movie being that good, man, I'd have made an announcement, went live just to make an announcement, like, because I believe he could have pulled it off.
Yeah, see, I think he could have done something where he was starting to age. Like, so there's two things that I want. So I think that they could have had an older Batman that had to more rely on his, like, having it be a murder mystery. But I also still definitely want a Batman Beyond. And I think we're going to get one with Michael Keaton and everything, and with Flashpoint. But they also have like a Batgirl movie coming out, and you didn't sound so thrilled about that.
It's because it's because what I've heard about it, what they're trying to do for the movie. So it's like I personally like Batgirl, but I don't know, like, they're trying to make Batgirl and Supergirl be like the new thing, supposedly what they're doing. So
they're gonna do that, man. Yeah, I understand, man. It's going to be a lot of. I think it's going to be interesting. But I definitely want to see. Like, I would have loved to see an older. Well, first of all, I would love to see the continuation of the Snyderverse, just so I can get some closure, because my OCD doesn't allow me to, like, either that or they need to make a comic book out of it, so that we could be able to know exactly what's going on. But then definitely Michael Keaton needs to have his Batman Beyond. And I think I'm gonna say this. I don't like Terry McGinnis being white doesn't necessarily, it's not influential, or it's not something that's super important to his character. I think you can get away with having a black Terry McGinnis that still has, or a mixed Terry McGinnis, because I know he has he's essentially Bruce Wayne's son. I think you can do that. I think you can. Maybe.
And I'm with that. I really, if that's the movie, like, I've been campaigning like for a Batman Beyond movie since forever. For the simple fact, like you just said, like, get Michael Keaton, bring in Michael Keaton again. We've seen that he still has the chops to pull this off from, just what he did with in Marvel, in Spider-Man.
Did you see him in RoboCop though?
Oh yes. So like he still has the chops. Bring him in, let him done and go through the whole thing where he's gotten old, he can't do it again, and he gotta find someone else and bring in Batman Beyond. That's all we want. That's all a lot of us want is Batman Beyond.
And then I think you can be able to pull something off like that, man. But you gotta be able to kind of build that story. And I think the problem is they're trying to do things and they got too many chefs in the kitchen. So they just need to have somebody that whoever was running, and Jeremy said this beforehand, whoever was running their animated division, when they had all those animated movies up until like the Apocalypse War, he needs to run all of their movies, because everything was concise. It was wonderful. I loved it. So that's definitely what I think. Now go ahead.
I was gonna say, to this day, I would think, like, if we just talking about overall Batman movies, whether it be live action or animated, I would have to put Under the Red Hood like in my top 3.
Up there,
like it might be. It's arguably could be number 1, number 2, but Under the Red Hood is an amazing movie. Like, and like I said, like you just said, they can pull. If you can just do that in live action, like, and then like I said, you get introduced to characters that people love already. A lot of these characters, like I said, people already know, people already love. Like Jason Todd is one of my favorites. Like the Red Hood is in the comic books, to the cartoons, to the animated series. Jason Todd is my guy. But like you get introduced to so many people, and they can easily, like, that's why I think I got mad about it last time we talked about it. I said DC, Warner Brothers and all them, you had the keys. You don't necessarily have to do exactly what Marvel is doing. You can do something like it, but you have your own characters, and all of your characters, like I just said, people love those characters. Just put those characters on the screen.
Absolutely, man. It's crazy, because that's all you have to do. You have to just put them together, man. Like, make them do what they do. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about, and it's not Batman related, however, Funimation and Crunchyroll, they came together.
Yes.
And Funimation took Crunchyroll's last name. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully you'll get to, they said that going forward, any of the spring shows that they had on that would have been going on Funimation, where they were competing against each other, are now just going to be on Crunchyroll. So I'm super excited about that. And then I don't have to pay for 2 subscriptions anymore. So, which makes me really excited. What do you think? How you feel, man?
Let me say this. I don't have a subscription to Crunchyroll, but shout out to my cousin, my boy Brandon, the Dub. He has Crunchyroll subscription. I got the Funimation subscription.
Oh,
so
man. I should have got in on the link. I got both of them. Y'all hold down on me.
So we and I like. I will say this. The only thing about Crunchyroll I really had an issue with is just it didn't seem as organized as Funimation. Like, it was kind of a little bit everywhere. And it kind of just throw me off. Like, if I'm looking for something, like, it's too much stuff. This let me go search. Like, so I'm excited for it. I'm to see what they're gonna do, because I wonder, are they gonna just? I know they're gonna be sending out a link to the people who have Funimation subscriptions to give them like a 60-day free trial of Crunchyroll. So I'm looking forward to see if they're gonna just let people transfer, kind of or merge. Go ahead and just, so if you already got a Funimation account and you get a Crunchyroll, like, see if they're gonna eventually let you merge those accounts together, so you can still keep like your list that you already have or stuff like that, instead of having to go and set one else back up. But they said, I know they said they're waiting on that, or it'll be in time. But I figured it was going to happen soon when I heard that Sony bought Funimation. They already had Crunchyroll. I figured it was going to be happening sooner or later. So, but it includes it includes everything from like Funimation, was it Vervo or Verve, to Funimation's little other thing. So all of them are going to be together. So I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna have to get either one. Well, I'm gonna have to have it to watch my anime. So I have to pay for it. So it is what it is.
But at least, like, maybe you may not have to pay for it. So maybe it's the one that your cousin has, so that y'all could just share it. But
True.
Yeah, I see. I think Crunchyroll had the bigger library, so then after that, it made it so that you had to, and then they didn't really care. So I felt like Crunchyroll was for the people who pretty much like subs, and
Yeah, yeah,
Funimation was the dubs.
yeah.
So that's the one where I was like, come on now, like that's where it's got to be at. So um, but I
And
think go ahead.
I agree with you because I really felt like that. Like I said, Crunchyroll is straight. You know, they have dub stuff on Crunchyroll, but I
Hmm.
felt like it was more so Funimation was more so for the dubs, and for me, hey, having kids, dub
Hmm.
is so much easier to watch. It allows me to consume anime and do other stuff, and I have to sit there and read read or whatever. So, and don't get me wrong, I do watch sub stuff. I watch sub stuff all the time, but it's when I'm by myself or the kids are asleep and I can actually sit there and actually pay
Hmm.
attention to see what's going on. So dub comes in handy for those fathers out there that are busy, or you have multiple kids and you're trying to do stuff and be
Shit, you
productive
could
and be a
have one
good dad.
kid. You could have
Yeah,
one kid. You ain't got to have multiple.
yeah. Just kids in general. You're trying to be
Mm-hmm.
productive and be a good dad and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff, and you still want to get your anime in or whatever. Dub is perfect. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good thing either way it goes.
yeah, I definitely agree, man. I know with me, like I if I'm I have to multitask. So like what I'll do is
Yes.
maybe I like say for instance I got a game on my phone. I got to go ahead and play the game on my phone. But then after while I'm playing that, with animes, they always take forever to get back to where you were. So even when you start the episode again, I'm talking to you, One Piece. You'll take out of a 22-minute episode,
Wait,
about 8 minutes of that episode is either the
wait.
song, the recap, the you know, at
Why did
the
I?
at the what? Go ahead,
Why did I know you were gonna say One Piece? I knew you were gonna
bro.
say One Piece. Like, it was. I said that when you said I said he talking about One Piece.
Bro,
I love
bro.
One Piece, but they take so
Every fucking time.
long.
Every freaking time. They take over the whole like then they have to tell you how certain people got here and this and then they have to explain the synopsis of
Yes,
what One Piece is. Like if I'm in episode 743, I don't need to understand again that if I don't get what One Piece is by now, then I need to stop watching.
exactly, exactly. But I completely agree. I completely agree.
Yeah, so but man, like that's what I'll do for that. So, hopefully it'll save us a little bit, but like I definitely I'm watching the dub version of One Piece right now because of the fact that it makes it easier for me to multitask and to do things like that. But then when I have the chance to, because I'm not gonna lie, I think the subtitles, like the sub voice actors, are way better because they be getting into it.
Yeah,
But sometimes you ain't got the time to be reading while everything else is going on.
agree, agree. I actually like I love My Hero. That's one of my
Mhm.
favorite animes right now, and I actually enjoy the dub actor, like the guy that plays. I think it's Justin Brenner. His real name,
Mhm.
but he does the voice of Deku,
Mhm.
Deku, and I actually like his voice and like some of the Bakugo and all them. Like they do a good job of voicing them. You get like when he's going when he's when he's throwing blows and all that, he's going they hollering
Mhm.
shouting out United States of Smash or
Mhm.
Detroit Smash like you can feel it. Now don't get me wrong, I
Chris
will
Sabat.
say
Yeah, Chris
I
Sabat is
love
that's the only one that I'd be messing with because Chris would be like he's done so many voice acting. Him being
oh I already
Vegeta.
know.
Yeah.
And see when they do now even in the even watching the sub version, you hear him Detroit dog. Like I still
Mhm.
it still get me hyped. So I like
Mhm.
both of them. I'll if the English or the dub version is not out, I'll watch the sub version. But with My Hero, I do prefer the dub version over the sub.
Cool. Well, I
But
mean, to each its own, bro. But like, I
yeah,
know sometimes you got to like. And they have that feeling, especially when something traumatic happens. Their yelling is something fierce.
Oh yes,
and like so the sub, I'd be like, man, I don't know what he said, but respect.
Yeah, the only sub thing I cannot watch, and that's because of the lead character's voice, and that is Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super. And for the simple fact of Goku sounds like that. I can't.
I never started on that one. And it's hard to watch like the Dragon Ball Super Heroes, the Dragon Ball Heroes. That's that little shorts that they've been doing for the last couple years, because like there's no dub version, so that's tough. But next time on With the BS, we're gonna talk about the new Dragon Ball movie that's coming out. How my boy Gohan finally gets some respect. How they finally put some respect on Piccolo's name with a new form. And we're also going to talk about maybe the first couple episodes of Moon Knight if it's out. So we probably won't be that long because Moon Knight's like at the end of the month. But yeah, man, we've had a very productive conversation about Batman.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Depry Gaming, because he definitely came through with a lot of different ones. So we appreciate it. And next time, no matter who you are, we'd love to hear from you. Want to hear who your favorite Batman was in the comments below and everything like that. But until then, I want you to be like the Hulk. I want you to smash that follow button. And then we're going to be like Morgan Stark and we're going to love you 3000. But until that point, do us a favor. Just go to blurredsyndicate.com. We got a lot of different merch so that you can show everybody that you're with the BS. Because to me, your shirt tells who you are, what you love, what you don't love. Like this.
Hey.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shirt. And so we have a lot of those things going on. So definitely hit us up. Let us know that you support the show, support the movement, and we love to hear from you. But until then, we want you to be like the Wolfpack. We want you to be too sweet.